Today we're here at the South District of Tainan City. The origin of South District dates back to the Japanese colonial period. It borders the sea to the west and Anping District, West Central District to the north. There used to be fishing villages and salt fields in the South District, which was very different from a downtown scene. It enjoys a serene and slow pace of life. As you come here, you will find another old Tainan lifestyle. Let's go to the South District and find out what's so special about here. Located near the Tainan Gold Coast, Shishu Old Street is a 300-year-old fishing village. It was gradually forgotten due to population outflow and the increasing urban-rural gap. In recent years, local residents have started to revitalize the community with a history and culture-centered theme. They developed the cultural and creative industry in the old street with paintings and graffiti. As a result, Shishu is now a famous village of street paintings and art creation. Hey, I can smell the sweetness of traditional Chinese cake. And so there are a lot of traditional Chinese cake stores in Tainan City. This store has a long history and it makes a lot of different kinds of snacks and traditional Chinese cakes here. So you want to learn more? Let's go check it out. Hi, 老板你好。Hello。所以现在是在和麦芽糖。
对，我现在要让它煮起来，然后等一下再把那个炸起来的倒进去，让它粘起来，我才能塑形。
The most famous item here in this store is the flour pastry. And this flour pastry is only made by flour, egg, and sugar. These snacks, before, it was used for engagement, and now it is mostly used for worshiping the god. And also, a lot of people would also take it as a snack.
因为每个神明他要的东西是不同的。如果到那个元宵节的时候，他们是家家户户都要拜乌龟，所以我们在那个时候乌龟都会做蛮多的。
So a lot of people would want to make turtle flour pastry because it means that they can live longer and have a happy life. Now she is shaping it into a fish or sheep or pig because traditionally a lot of people would worship the god by praying fish or pig or like different kinds of meat. But now, since it's more eco-friendly and it's more convenient to just prepare such a snack, a lot of people started to buy these kind of snacks instead of buying the real meat to worship the god. It smells so good. Walking into the Shishu Old Street, I can feel the especially serene and relaxing lifestyle atmosphere. Hi, 老板娘你好。Hello。
会流蜜吗？
啊？
会流蜜吗？
对。Here, this store has been open for like 62 or 63 years, and the reason why it could maintain such an old traditional way is that it is all customized. So whenever a customer called them and say, I want how many grams of rice, they would prepare the requirements for the customer and send the rice directly to the house. 这是已经不能再运作了，
还可以运作啊，只是说现在是科技时代，阮这个老皮教起来比袂白，即帮电脑建的，大家爱看水的，嘿，阮会教起来，佫会当教起来较乌卡，那个米粒比较不会那么白。
哦，可是电脑会比较白，
电脑就会比较白。因为我个人对手工艺品非常有兴趣，我平常就会把我身边的一些物料啊做成改造啊，做成包包啊。
The reason why the owner of this rice store would want to make these handmade stuff is because she wanted to reuse all the resources she can get from her daily life. For example, she would make these kind of purses or pencil bags from the rice bag. And so nowadays, she would even sell it to people who are interested in it.
像这个啊， 这个就新人啊，有一些新人跟我预定，还有我就顺势推出这个新娘的那个轮椅小物，可以帮他们做伴手礼。
我结婚的时候可以跟你预定吗？10年后。Thank you. I've never seen such a traditional rice store. And aside from the rice store and the stuff they've preserved, these cool beverage handbags are also one thing that I find so interested. So if you are interested in these creative handmade stuffs, just come here and visit this place. I love it so much. Bye! The success of the once declined old fishing village to a famous tourist attraction lied in the efforts of some elderly people that live here. And so inspired by the most frequently seen things in this area, the village, are fishes. And so they made out a lot of creative stuff like the pencil bags or purses. And these things are so creative and so cool that a lot of people started to come here and buy a lot of these products. And so they are sometimes in short supply. They have brought Shishu back to the spotlight again. Now, I'm going to interview an elderly resident who makes the fish bag and see how a fish bag is made. This is so cute!
这样你好，烤呀，在是呀，做鹅米线，这好吃。台南的名产，什么鱼头？钥匙圈。里面就是零钱包。
This is a little purse that can put some pot money, and so this is the head of milkfish. And so milkfish is a very famous fish in Tainan. Back in those days, they used to eat the fish, so they started to make this creative stuff by hand.
还没有做的时候的它的鱼的皮，我们这是内里，我们要从里面开始要扯那个拉链。
So first of all, they have to start from the zipper, and then they have to start from the inside, sawing all these things together. So you see, they are very exquisite. Everything is handmade.
有事情做嘛，对，那么办法那个要不然都是年纪大了就在家婆孙啦。
Because a lot of youngsters in this village moved out and a lot of people retired from their work, residents started to find something meaningful to do. And so after their retirement, they have teachers who can teach them how to do handmade stuff, and so they started to make these things that make their life more meaningful and more inspirational. One of my favorite is the cabbage, because as you can see the inside, it is exactly how it looks like in the cabbage. It looks exactly the same. Unlike Shishu, which is a quieter place and more suitable to live in, here at Wanli Old Street, it is more crowded and there are more things going on here. Wanli community can be traced back to the Qing dynasty, and up till now, it remains the landscape of an old rural village. The streets and atmosphere here are vastly different from downtown Tainan. As you walk into the alleys and lanes of Wanli, you'll find surprises wherever you go. It is in these alleys and lanes that you can get to experience what the daily life in early Taiwanese society was like. We're now here at Wannian Temple, and this temple was established in 1729, and this is the religious center around this area. Also, there is a big part right in front of this temple where people can enjoy free time with their families and friends. And the most important thing here is the king boat that has a history of 300-year-old.
刘小姐你好，首先我要介绍一下湾里饭店。湾里饭店它的成语叫做湾里代天万年店，它指示的是业租3、5千岁。 这个门神是蔡老师画的稿，他亲自做的一个冶金门神，然后他在拼施雪琴大师跟施海平老师他们刻的。
This temple worship 业珠里. It's a kind of god, and also this store is very famous for its thickness. It's very thin, and it's the only door that was supervised by a very famous teacher.
这种做法哦，也是可能是我们蔡朝的老师哦，他首先所创的，由他用毛笔、用白粉给他画出一个初稿，然后再请樟木从石板的一个石雕输入，以那线条去给它刻出来。
This artwork is mainly made of stone, and one thing that is very pitiful is that because this stone is relatively soft, after the wind blowing on the stone, it starts to get really destructive. If we want to preserve this stone art, they have to pay a lot of attention on it.
说到这王船是我们万年店的一个特色。简单来讲啊，是王爷所乘坐的一个交通工具。当时郑成功从福建过来的时候，他们就是搭建舰船，就是跟这个王船是一样的形状。每次我们建教的时候，我们的建教是建王教，王教的时候王船不会出水，我们王船是依照古代时候的这种形状一直在给它维护起来。每次遇到建教的时候，因为要出去嘛，有时候要下水的话，不整修不行，整修以后下水的时候不会漏水。
When the Taiwanese people wanted to send Zheng Chenggong and his son's coffin back to the mainland China, they also used this boat, the king boat, to send them back as a respect. Today, we have come to the South District to visit two different areas, Xishu and Wanli. These two places are full of historical and cultural histories. And so among the long history of Tainan City, the South District has developed a special feature creating a brand new aspect of the Tainan City. So the residents here live on a slow but easy and simple lifestyle. So there are not only old houses or old monuments left, but also the philosophy and lifestyle that are passed down by our ancient people. So now I'm going to explore more different areas here at South District. Let's go.